friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you the second part of my dishwasher 101 classes, and today I'm going to show you how to properly load your dishwasher so your dishes actually get clean. I've been researching a little bit on my particular model, which is a Whirlpool, as well as others, and trying to find the right way that I can load it so my dishes come out clean. I think I got it right, and I want to share that with you today. Let's get started. As tempting as it is to just throw everything in, this is absolutely not going to clean your dishes. So let's start from the beginning, and let's start with the silverware. Okay, previously I never used the basket lid to put my silverware in. I just found that it wasn't enough spaces, especially for our family of four. By the end of the day or even the next day, trying to get all the silverware in these little slots were not working for us. And to be honest with you, I played around with it at all different ways. I've been watching all different kinds of tips and tricks myself. One of the things they did say was to store all the like silverware together. So all the spoons together, all the knives together, all the forks together. Some ways were turn them, not to spoon them, to turn them opposite directions, all different ways. But I'm going to be honest with you. At the end of this video, I'm going to share the best way that I've found to use the basket for your silverware, and I will also share some tips with you as well. But this is one way of doing it. Now, this is the way I used to do it for the bottom rack. All the dishes, all the plates would be in the back, and all the bowls would be in the front. Okay, and the top shelf. I am facing all the bowls towards the front of the machine. And of course, on the side, you're going to line your mugs and your glasses, your cups, whatever it is that you need to clean. Okay, so this right here usually folds down. And what you use this for, I know a lot of people see this little gadget, not really ever sure what to use it for, but it is actually for wine glasses or, stemware. And you would put the glass down, and then the stem of the glass would go in these slots here. Um, that is, so that they don't break while you're washing them. It also keeps a little bit of distance between the glasses so they don't rub up against each other during the wash. Okay, so the other little gadget that your dishwasher may have and you never really noticed is these little hooks along the side. This is so it can keep your lids secure while you're washing them. Okay, so after loading it this particular way, I went ahead and I ran the dishwasher, and honestly, wasn't really happy with the results. Um, the silverware was not clean. A lot of the dishes were not clean. The mugs had rings in them from the coffee. I just didn't find that it worked really well loading it this particular way. Okay, so which way did it actually clean the dishes? I'm going to show you now. I finally figured out exactly the way I need to do it in order for my dishes to come clean. Okay, I found that using the dividers for each of the silverware pieces just wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't enough room. And in order for me to be able to run it at the end of a day, I needed the baskets to be more open. So in here, I tried keeping all the forks together, all the spoons together, and the larger utensils in the middle. Of course, that doesn't always happen. Realistically, is this something you're going to do every time? No, it's not. But just for demonstration purposes, I did it that day. As for the top rack, I found that my bowls got cleaner when I faced them going towards the back of the dishwasher. And for the bottom rack, I noticed putting the bowls in the back and the dishes in the front were the best way to load them to get them clean. Okay, now I want to share a few tips that I learned along the way. Tip number one is loading your knives into the dishwasher. If it is a sharp steak knife, of course you want to put them into the basket with the blade facing down. However, I noticed that with the butter knives, the everyday knives, if you put them in with the blade down, they just don't come out as clean. So, my suggestion is to put the blade facing up and the handle in the basket. Just be very careful, of course, when you are taking the basket out and putting away your silverware. Tip number two, it really does matter on what kind of dishwashing tab you are using or powder. My preferred brand is definitely the Cascade Platinum. It does have an enzyme in it, and that enzyme is to help remove any kind of food debris off your plates, which brings me to tip number three. Tip number three, rinsing your dishes off before placing them in the dishwasher. I did this all the time. And then eventually I realized that it was not that it wasn't coming clean because I didn't rinse it. It was definitely the dishwashing tabs. So, yes, if you rather, rinse off your dishes before you put them in, you can do that, but it isn't really quite necessary if you're using a really good cleaner. Tip number four, the plastics, the rubber, Rubbermaid or the Brilliance plastic, I think they're plastic, containers. I have been putting them on the top and I put them on the bottom, and I've had no trouble doing it either way. You really have to see what works best for you and your dishwasher. I know technically they say if you put it on the bottom rack, the plastic could melt. I've never had that issue. So for me, it's not something that I have to worry about. Okay, and lastly, I wanted to share how my dishes and the cups, the mugs, the silverware all came out with my preferred way of loading the dishwasher. As you can see, everything looked really clean. There was no food stuck on anything. The bowls came out nice and shiny. I am quite happy with loading it this way. Top rack, again, all the dishes were clean. The little bowls came out clean. The insides of the mugs, there was no like coffee rings or residue left inside of them. And now let me show you how the silverware looks. Okay, everything here looks clean as well. As you can see, I'm going through the forks, the knives, the spoons, everything. There's no residue on any of them. So I'm really happy with the way they come out, loading them this particular way. And that is it, my friends. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that I've given you a few ideas and tips and tricks on how to load your dishwasher properly so it effectively cleans your dishes. Everybody's dishwasher is different, obviously, so your setup may be different, but I hope that some of the ideas that I've given you are helpful. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here.